All right, good morning, YouTube. We are coming out of the grave for our 5-day Kingdom Love and Authority Activation Challenge. So you guys get us with bombastic side eye and the Eminem. So if you haven't already seen, we extended the 5-day Kingdom Love and Authority Activation Challenge replays until Cheryl's birthday, which is next Monday. So
My 41.
her 41. If you don't know the Bible story, there she is, chilling like a villain. I have to share the story.
Yeah.
I was coming back and I was gonna get ready to move over to the desk, and she came in with her pillows. She's like, "Are we gonna?" Because all my stuff was still on the bed. I was like, "Oh, say less. I will be in the bed. I will meet you there." Okay. So, but yeah, you have until Monday to go watch that, or we will. I didn't tell Cheryl this yet. We're gonna leave the $11 option up on our stand store. So if you find this after August 11th, you're welcome. She said it is done. Uh, you're welcome to go get the $11 replay for five days, and on the $11 replay, you get well, obviously the Bible study is always up there, but you're also going to get our collective activation call
Oh, yeah. And the Kingdom Activation Guide.
and the Kingdom Activation Guide.
And, yeah.
We'll have to figure out how to do it. I don't know. We'll figure it out through Stand Store. But okay, so today I made a little pretty thing that we're gonna put up just while we pray it out, and then Canva. So the call today we are going to roll into is the God who calls you out of the boat. And I don't know why I left that quotation mark there, but okay. So the goal today is to awaken bold faith by knowing who God is. We try to make the Bible studies a getting to know God, and then Wednesdays are walking with and learning from Jesus.
Loving.
What?
Loving like Jesus, too.
Yes, and loving like Jesus. And then Thursdays, we like to activate the Holy Spirit. So we're trying to, if I don't know that we've actually ever said that on a call,
No.
but here we are. So, that's the goal of these calls. So we're gonna kick off with a prayer so I don't forget. All right, Lord, thank you so much for this community, this Bible study that has kind of paved the way for unleashing it all here at the Real Missing Piece. And thank you for paving the way for Cheryl to be able to come out here for so long, and for us to both be without our husbands and without our children so that we can fully walk with you more and show up like we showed up last week, with you in us and through us and with us. And we are just so appreciative of this whole community that is growing by the second, because you are. And we ask that you just enter into our hearts and into our minds and into the word, and help in our lips, and help the word activate in us a better knowing and understanding of you and what you have in your heart for us. We ask all this in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. So, should we just dive in? Yes, because we've been talking a lot. All right. So today I was going to just put the scriptures, but what do we think? What would you like to do? Read it together? She's going to say it together because she's tired. It is done. Now you get to see my pretty picture that we aren't even going to see because I must turn it off.
But it's so pretty.
I know. Okay, I won't turn it off.
Wait, what are you doing then? was the other option?
The option was to put on a little music and everybody go read these and then share takeaways. But we'll do this. We'll just do it together.
What's
I'll just
the
leave me little today because ain't nobody need to be looking at me like this. Okay. The first verse is what Cheryl said she was going to talk about, so I'm excited to hear her talk. Peter walking on water.
Oh,
This verse, well, she's cooking. She's ready to cook. This verse, I think I said it on the call last week, but I'm going to say it again just to be safe. This section of Matthew has found me 3 different times from 3 different people in 3 back-to-back years, and it hits a little different every time. So I just love that is proof of the fact that the word is living. So if you've read any of these verses or you think you know what they say, I invite you to read them with new eyes and to receive what is meant for you in this moment from that verse. So I'm going to find Matthew 14, read it out loud, and let's even see what hits us differently. Matthew 14, this is when Peter, well, yeah, him too. Peter and Jesus are going to walk on water here. So it says, and I'm reading the NIV version for anyone on YouTube who doesn't know. Says, immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side. And the title of this was the God who called you out of the boat. Okay, so keep that in mind. Maybe let's let that lens come over our eyes as we're listening to this. Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went up on a mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from land, buffeted by the waves because the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink. Cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, why did you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." All right. Did that kick up anything new for you? Or anything you want to share?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay. It wasn't anything new, but just realizing that Jesus called, I'm on my 4th notebook of the year for anybody like interested. That's hilarious to me. The fact that like Peter even said, "Lord, if it's you, call me," right? Like
Yeah.
he said, "Call me to come to you on the water." So like Peter by this point has so much faith in the, which is funny because I don't think they've been doing it that long. They've been cooking that long. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't know timeline. But Peter has so much faith that he says that. And then Jesus says, "Come."
And then he gets scared.
Yeah, well, because he takes his eyes off of Jesus. Yeah, his focus goes to the wind and the waves. And did anybody else have anything that you wanted to share, either unmuted or in the chat?
The wind and the waves, like focusing on the wind and the waves versus just Jesus. Another, like keeping your like keeping your eyes on Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yes.
Just like the when we were talking about the fall and keeping our eyes on the temptation rather than the abundance that God has for us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's many times in the Bible that talks about this.
Yeah.
Because if we focus on the winds and waves, then we're gonna be going down too
Yeah.
in the wind and waves.
Yeah.
But if we keep our eye on Jesus, which is I focus, and before I wouldn't even think, I focus on the winds and waves.
Mm-hmm.
Even like just our Disneyland analogy of I need to go on the roller coasters, I need to go on the shows, not knowing that those winds and waves didn't took my eye off of like Jesus loving and caring, someone walking beside you. Oh my gosh, so many analogies are like flooding in my brain. I don't know if it's analogies, but
It didn't matter.
yeah. So like what kind of wind and waves are you focusing on? The wind and waves could be it. Or are you focusing on Jesus?
That's tomorrow, girl.
Oh, messed up. I'm always going ahead of the
I don't know if it's tomorrow. I'm assuming it is.
yeah.
But thinking, I mean, I guess today, if we are trying to focus on God and like the fact that He calls us to Him on the water,
Yeah.
like that, what does that say? It says like He's trustworthy, that He's got our back and our front and our side, and
And
that He immediately grabbed him.
and water could be like it was a fear of mine before. I didn't like going to the beach
Mm-hmm.
because I was afraid of the water and just like being pulled into the deep. Oh my,
Dancing in the
like
deep.
in the being pulled into the deep, and because was afraid of being pulled into the deep, I didn't want to. I didn't want to go in the water. So if you look at it like, oh, God is water in this analogy, I didn't want to go into that or lean into that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ooh, I did not even like see it like that.
yeah.
Wow.
And I'm just thinking of like your sciencey water stuff. Like water is air and hydrogen,
Yeah.
oxygen and hydrogen. They're gas. Their gases put together to make the molecule. I don't know. Because I think of H2O.
Mm-hmm.
And it replenishes our body. There's just so much with water. I think we did a challenge on water. But like looking at the properties of water and how much water makes us up as humans, it could be the analogy of like us not going to our source. Because if we didn't have water in our body, uh, I don't know if, I don't think we could function. I think you can function without food, but you can't function without water, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, on water fasts, you do water for however many days and you're still functioning. Like
Yeah,
people have done it for like a long time.
yeah.
It's crazy.
So it's like, what does also water mean to you? Thomas says, God deals more with water than anything else in the Bible.
Wow.
Yes. So true.
How we can function without food, but not water.
Mm-hmm. Like every being needs water.
He is our source.
Well, do eagles need water?
I don't know.
Well, they eat fish, right?
They
And
eat fish.
They need the water. The fish need the water to live. Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, bye.
brain is
Bombastic side-eye. All right, let's move on to the, can't survive 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and 3 months without shelter. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
3.
Yeah.
That's what I saw too. That Trinity number. I don't think I would have even looked at it like God is the water, but He is like calling us into Him, calling us into the deep,
Mm-hmm.
and like no matter what, He's there and He's gonna pick us as long as we cry out to Him to save us. That's another piece of that stood out to me at one other time is that I highlighted. Once Peter was sinking, he cried out, which means out loud, and that he actually like called him, Lord, save me. Like, if we don't do that, and he can't because free will, right? So like just
Yeah, because if you
just a
just say
reminder.
"save me,"
Yeah.
he's not gonna save
He
you.
might, I would assume, maybe if he knows our heart, so he knows
Right.
if it's meant to him
I
or
guess
not.
if
But
our heart posture is towards God, then
yeah,
yeah. And if you say "save me," I don't need to be on camera.
yes, you do, because I don't either.
Uh, but just to know that if you're walking with God and all that stuff, um,
If you're walking with God, your heart is
and your hot
postured.
posture, and you're just like, "Save me," I think he'll still hear you.
Yes, because he sees the heart.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Psalm 9:10 says. Psalm 9:10. I'm going to go up to 7, and I'm going to write that down for myself. Psalm 9:7 through, we'll see. The Lord reigns forever. He has established his throne for judgment. He rules the world in righteousness and judges the peoples with equity. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. So this to me, if we're looking at it as like getting to know God, He's trustworthy and He will never forsake you, those who seek Him. Did anybody else get anything else or different? I mean, it's pretty short, and I went and read more that I didn't even need to read. But I saw the word throne and reign, and I was like, I gotta. You will never forsake those who seek Him. Yeah, I guess that what's standing out is like just kind of elaborating on what we were just saying is that the key is you gotta seek Him because He gave us free will. Yeah. Okay. Isaiah 41. My friend Isaiah. And they will raise you up on eagle's wings. That's where we're coming to. No, we're already past that. 41:10. Well, I went too far. 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Yes. Mm. I'm going to actually add in number 9, and then I'll read number 10 again. I took you from the ends of the earth, from its farthest corners I called you. I said, you are my servant. I have chosen you and have not rejected you. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So he called, like, this is to me saying he calls us from no matter how far we go, any corner or ends of the earth, he's still calling us. And Isaiah 41, 9 through 10. And he calls us to be his servant. And then I have chosen you, not rejected you. So to me, that's reminding us of like another verse in the New Testament that says, nothing you can do or say will separate you from the love of God. So we're always chosen, not rejected. I might have to go to the bathroom.
I rose up to the top. And the whole thing is about be silent before me, you islands. And like God bringing everyone together versus keeping everyone apart. And our boat ride, there were so many islands, but knowing that God's bigger than those islands, God's the water that surrounds those islands. Like he's bigger than that. And even the psalm before that, I was reading through it with my fast eyes. That that no matter what, like it said, humans or the people of the worldly ways, if they persecute you, that God will rise. And I think it's like is one of the things. It's awaken, align, activate. Is like he's telling us it's okay to be awakened. It's okay to be aligned. It's okay to activate, even though the world says like you have to continuously like feel like you have to be awakened. You're awakened already. Like you have to feel like you have to continuously be aligned, and you have to continuously be activated. But then yesterday I was watching a movie on Netflix, and I was like, I don't know what this is for. But just because something is fleeting, like if it's not every single moment, it doesn't mean it's not meaningful. So if you have those moments of like feeling awake, if you have those moments of feeling aligned, if you have those moments when you're activated, don't be weary, because like God's like everlasting, and you don't have to do like be there every single moment. But doesn't mean that whatever you're doing is not meaningful, because I think we often think we have to be a certain way all the time, like to be
it.
Yeah,
but like it's always got to be on.
Yes. So like that's why it stood out to me so much. It stood out to me to begin with because we're like motivation is fleeting. But knowing that, and this was a love story. So it was like our love is fleeting, but it's okay. Like if sometimes it's not, because it's so meaningful when it is. Like God wants you to love him, but it's okay that it sometimes breaks because he knows that you will come back. Like on the islands, they can't not leave the water, but there's mountaintops and valleys on an island.
Mm.
Um, so many.
Also, what
Yeah.
that is also pointing out and reminding me is like God creates contrast from creation.
Mm,
So like it even in the moments where like we might feel our bravery or our motivation or our love or whatever, it might not be it might be fleeting, like it might not feel as strong as it did yesterday or will tomorrow,
mhm.
but it's in the contrast that we are able to realize, like you were saying, it's like it makes it that much sweeter whenever it is back up. But we don't have to, in the down times, we don't have to think we are without it because we're
Right.
not,
Yeah.
period.
And it's just so funny that this comes when we're like I'm leaving and we go back to our islands, and but knowing that God's there, and God holds us all together because he's the body of water.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. That all
That's,
these land islands are popped up in, whether it's a continent or an island.
yes, that we're all together, one and then one world, all these things. But God is bigger than all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And I'm
Mm-hmm. Period. All right, let's roll to Hebrews 11, 1 and 6. So 11, 1 could take us like 27 years. But we're not gonna talk about that. No, I'm just kidding. We can. Um, it is only 6:35. I'm all like, it's like probably 7:55. No. Okay. Faith in action.
oh, Sonny said,
Now
or
faith.
on a cornfield. Yes.
Now faith is confidence in what we hoped for and assurance about what we do not see. Mm, mm. I'm gonna keep reading. Because Myron did. This is what the ancients were commended for, but by faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command. He spoke it. So what is seen was not made out of what was visible. It was made from the invisible. So that can give us faith to have confidence and set our expectations on the hopeful assurance that God is and God will.
If you go down, and without faith, it is impossible at 6. And without faith, it is impossible to please God.
Look what's
Um,
highlighted. This is literally like all the examples of faith.
yeah.
The whole verse. Yeah,
Oh,
it keeps going.
okay.
All these people, it's telling you like, oh, this person, this is faith because they did that. This person was faithful because they did that. This person was faithful. So if you want like a really good, maybe we should read it. I don't know. That's a lot of, yeah. I don't want to read it out loud though.
Yeah.
I,
But
I feel
because
like that would be
anyone who,
good for everybody if you want to activate yourself a little further.
okay, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him.
Mm-hmm.
And talks about Noah, Abraham, like you said, Sarah. All these people were still living by faith when they died. And then they did not receive the things promised. They only saw them and welcomed them from a distance, admitting that they were foreigners or strangers on earth.
People who say such things show that they are looking for a country of their own. If they had been thinking of the country they had left, they would have had the opportunity to return. Instead, they were longing for a better country, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. So to me, that is saying, and what I heard,
What
what
you
I
heard.
heard was heaven on his earth.
Yeah.
Like God is not ashamed when we are not accepting. It makes God happy when we're not just accepting things as status quo and we are advocates for his kingdom and bringing heaven to earth. I was about to say here and now, like earth is going to heaven.
But oh my gosh. So I think I shared somewhere, but I'm gonna share it again.
Yes, because it's coming up.
Yeah, it's bubbling up that, like, if you're not feeling like at home, because I had that feeling of not feeling at home when we moved to a new area. But even at that other home, I didn't feel like at home because I didn't have God. And I think when you put your eyes on God, when you get in the Word, it's been a feeling of home.
Mm. Mm.
And it doesn't and I think that feeling is not as fleeting.
Right.
I'm like, Candace, I'm moving. Candace, I'm moving again. So I'm curious now, as we disembark each other, of like, I, I feel at home, I feel at peace, I feel like I don't need to be like doing all the things, but still do things, but not that feeling of not wanting to do anything.
Faith is substance and it is evidence.
Go above it.
Faith is the undergirding, the foundation. It is the down payment of what we are believing for.
Yes, Thomas.
Thomas be cooking. Yes.
But like saying the down payment.
And even the
Yeah.
song,
Which
Christ
one?
is my firm foundation, that was playing earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, Christ is faith, right? Like that is how we have faith and how we're able to know that the fall was restored through Christ. So yeah.
Yeah, and we experienced so many like signs and wonders this week after a certain day because we were looking. We were awake.
Awaken.
But like getting the free pastries, getting someone else talking about Jonah, having the sun move towards us, like God's showing off, seeing where when we had a delay, he showed us an eagle, which we were looking for. All these moments, the donkey coffee, like all these moments of what like you wouldn't think were anything, that's God right there. And he's showing us like, and then a guy walking down the lane, I was like, oh my gosh, his name is Christian. I was like, what? And his name was on his jacket.
Not even working on the ferry. He was just wearing his work jacket.
Yeah, he was wearing his work jacket. And then seeing like crosses at unexpected moments of like on a big burly guy with tattoos with wearing a cross, a guy who had a tattoo on his neck, a Southwest pin, like the fly pins, and she put her pin in the middle. I was like, that's a cross. So like having faith is like knowing that that's God versus knowing that just happened by chance. Yes.
Cook. Okay. There are some more scriptures that we could look at. Let's do it. These like that. We'll just do it. Screw it. I was like, we also have some questions, so I want to leave some time for some reflection. But God
They're
said,
quick.
yeah. Well, Psalm 23, we should all know that one by
Yes.
heart. I'm not even gonna go there because
Yeah,
we
don't
know
go
it.
there.
He
But
walks
the
with us.
Exodus one.
Yeah, he walks with us even in the valleys. So like remembering that God is with us. And that's actually, I have a friend who's going through a really hard time through a divorce right now, and his kids, and there's just this bad, like sad situation. And he stopped by yesterday, and I'm like, I know this seems like it's never ending, and I know it seems like it's terrible and it's probably going to break you because he can't see his kids right now without supervision, which it's not even needed, but here we are. And I said, but this is, maybe God had to have this happen to call you to him closer, and realize that like when you're hurting, he's hurting. Like he's there in the hurt with you.
Mm.
And that I heard
Oh, I
last
like that.
week. I heard that last week, I think, that like he hurts when we hurt. But sometimes I mean, we obviously have to go through it because it's still going to shape us. Okay, so let's jump to the Exodus so we still have hopefully some time for reflection on the call. 3:14.
This I've been wanting to look up this three
3.
17, but
Well, look what I
3:14.
am who I am. I am the I am.
Yes.
3:14. 14,
And so
14,
Rachel was
14.
talking about like her kid was doing Bible quizzes, and she was in Exodus.
Mm,
She was in Moses too.
mm. Oh, I feel like we should go up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I think like knowing that this is like the Old Testament, right?
Right.
So like knowing that God was there in
Mm,
this time um when they were under the Egyptian rule, they were under slavery. He was still there, and I remember watching this movie, The Ten Commandments, and they were just like, but God, the whole time, even though the people were suffering, um, they just had so much rule under them. They're like, but God, but God, but God.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go up to the top of 3. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in flames of fire from within a bush. Oh my God, my eyeballs being word. Moses saw that though the bush was on fire, it did not burn up. So Moses thought, I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up. When the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, God called to him from within the bush, Moses, Moses. And Moses said, Here I am. Here I am is like screaming at me this week.
Sonny had to leave.
Okay. Here I am. This is Moses. Isaiah. Do not come any closer, God said. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. Then he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. At this, Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at God. The Lord said, the God is above it. The Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land of flowing with milk and honey, the home of the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, Perizzites, I don't know, Hivites, and Jebusites. And now The cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So he's saying, I am with you in the hurting. I see it. I'm hurt with you. So now go. And when you cry out to me, even though at this point in time, they were separated from their relationship with God, because of the fall. So now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, who am I that I should go? Be disqualifying himself. Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? And God said, I will be with you. Period. And this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain. Moses said to God, suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you. And they ask, what is his name? Then what shall I tell them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. This is like, you guys, like also just reminding that I am is God. So when we speak those words, we're speaking his name, which just unlocked. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. How many times do we say, I am tired, I am crabby, I am hungry, I am, and then we're using his name like no big deal.
Yeah.
But it is a big deal. Was that the part I was supposed to read? Yes.
The I am.
Yeah. This is my name forever, the name you shall call me from generation to generation. Wow. Okay. Psalm 91, 14 through 16. Psalm 91, 14 through 16. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Wow. I mean, there's promises of God, like, because you say you love him. Because he loves me.
Was that Proverbs 18?
Proverbs 91,
Oh.
14 through 16. That ain't even Proverbs. Psalm, sorry.
Like, it says Psalms or anything.
Yeah, it's Psalm. I read Psalms. I read Psalms. I said the right thing. I just got confused because I looked down at the next one when you said Proverbs.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Psalm 91, 14 through 16. Just writing this down for myself, you guys. I mean, that's like a lot of promises just because we love him. If we show him, if we truly love him, we have love in our heart for him. He will rescue us. He will protect us because we acknowledge his name. We will call on him and he will answer. He will be with us in trouble. He will deliver us and honor us. Wow. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay, Proverbs 18. 10 says, the name of the Lord is a fortified tower, the righteous run to it and are safe. Yep. The righteous run to it and are safe. So if we want safety, we just need to run to him. Okay. Here are some questions that we can think on and reflect on for the last couple minutes. I'm going to grab my Alexa and put on the music, but this is time that you can reflect and journal. And you can use these questions or your own questions.
Bye, Thomas. Have a great day.
We're still on YouTube, just so you know.
Oh,
Alexa, play
okay.
instrumental worship music.
Still on YouTube.
The playlist Piano Hymns on Amazon Music.
With my face all gray.
Is that too loud?
No.
Okay. What are the questions?
Here. Take it back.
Think about. Oi! I don't know what I just did. This song is Take It to the Lord in Prayer. Remember how I told you I kept hearing it the other day?
Yeah.
Take me to the Lord in prayer. Do you want to, for time's sake, like go ahead and, did you want to share anything or no?
No.
No? Okay.
I'll probably journal on it later.
I would say just like letting everybody into the room, be the fly on the wall with us. Like as we're like moving through this,
Is it on?
it's on.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. As we're moving through like our journey, like how do I say this? It's not like I think I'm imperfect, but like you said, that feeling of home is like there,
Yeah.
right? And like so like the feeling of like having to strive or doubting in him and stuff, that's all like subsiding so much that like
Yeah.
what I don't, God's asking me to step out in faith. Well, I guess
Messing you up.
no, full circle. Full circle is like what you were saying earlier, just because it seems fleeting
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's how'd you word it?
Not me.
Not meaningful. So like just because we don't feel like we have those problems right now doesn't mean that they won't come again.
Yeah,
But right now we're riding the wave.
Yeah, but we would be ready.
We would be ready because we have
Or
him.
we are ready.
Yeah.
But the question that did stand out to me was like a good question. What attribute of God
Yeah.
do I need most to reawaken my spirit today? Because yes, you don't know. Like sometimes you don't know what the day will come, but you have a pretty good idea of what the day's gonna. Like I'm gonna go on a flight. Protect me. I don't know what you're
Alexa,
doing
pause.
after you drop me off, but like give me the strength to do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
And like finding that character. And I think just knowing that God's the water and we're like that, like God is so big. And I think we do need to always be reminded of that. I think of all the moments when we, I don't know, when your kid jumps on a wall and puts a hole in his shin. In that moment, just God, please protect my patience in this moment.
Yeah.
Or like, please calm my heart. Knowing you can run to that is different.
Yeah. And I think that yes, bury
That's
it. Bury it. Bury it. And that's the question that stood out to me too. And I love how you wrote that on your paper.
Yeah.
Come equals trust from that.
Oh yeah.
The third question. I definitely would have never. That's not true. I guess if you slow down when you're reading the Matthew verse, and Peter says that, and then Jesus is like, "Come." I can imagine Jesus like, "Come," like with his hand out.
Yeah.
So then I can receive that as an invitation to trust.
Yes.
But isn't it funny, because I don't know if I would have seen that with the other lenses of my eyeballs before they were what they are now.
No, because you have to walk on the water, which you think you can't walk on. And there's waves, there's wind, and you're like, how do I get past this wind? How do I get but if you don't know that God's the water.
And God's the one.
That you're gonna just put it all on yourself.
Or even if you know he's there, you're gonna you might still think there's a performance piece for your side. Because that's what I was trying to think like before. I never read that text slow enough to know, but we don't need to know.
Well, I didn't even think. I knew God was there, but I didn't think he was the water.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say it.
It doesn't say it.
God is the water.
It still doesn't say it.
Yeah, but that's how we read it now. That God is the water in all those scriptures that we read today.
Yeah. which I do think points out the important piece of like how much better you're able to understand when you don't just read one little piece of a Bible,
Yeah.
right? And then you seek to find other places to support or add on or
Yeah, because it's like how the human brain works, or my
yeah.
brain works.
The human,
I
my
don't know
brain.
about everyone's brain.
My brain. All right, YouTube, thank you for being with us. I'm going to stop sharing. We hope you have an amazing day. And if you are around tomorrow, we are doing our Walk with Jesus Wednesday, 10-ish a.m. Pacific. And we will see you there. Have a great one. Bye.